Rolling deep, trying to spark a fight. Ecosystem of hate lost in the night. Paint chips, disbar, law dreams in the mud. Lips clout chasing, her vid straight dud. Bubbles pumped out, left clients to bleed. Fleece poser, filing junk, no creed. Gunning for Jeremy Hale, trying to kill his fame. But they foul ass hearts lit their own damn flame. Ecosystem of hate, yo, they crash and burn. Crews falling off, no clout to earn. Thought they snatched Jeremy's crown, no cap. Turned on each other, now they stuck in the trap. Backstab screams, they bond straight trash. Ecosystem of hate, dreams dead in the flat. Paint chips, logs take no view, straight whack. Lips cloud chase, rants getting no playback. Bubbles unhinged, losing it, he wildin'. Hate slips most, calls her dumb, no styling. Listens fake filings, poser moves all lame. Y'all garbage, bubbles roar, spitting flame. Their hate fuel, plot flop, left them in the cold. Jeremy's ballin' while their schemes getting old. Only me, big whale, dropping stacks for the cause. But their petty ass beef gave him reason to pause. Y'all clowns, he barked, peeled out, no love. Took his bread and bounced, left them broke shove. War chest dry, dreams thin as a blade. Ecosystem of hate got played, now they fade. Ecosystem of hate, yo, they crash and burn. Crews falling off, no clout to earn. Thought they snatched Jeremy's crown, no cap. Turned on each other, now they stuck in the trap. Backstab screams, they bond straight trash. Ecosystem of hate, dreams dead in a flash. Bubbles, paint chips, lips, fleece of the squad. Ecosystem of hate, straight fraud, no nod. Thought they'd eclipse Jeremy, shine, big star. Tore themselves down, that's who they are.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is Wednesday. You have made it to the middle of your week. How does it feel? I feel like I got hit by a truck, actually. I took the morning off because I didn't sleep last night. I was stuck watching Ostrich or whatever the hell is happening in Canada. In British Columbia, the government is trying to murder 300 to 400 ostriches on this farm who are perfectly healthy because the government claims that they're carrying avian flu and they keep testing negative for it. And the farmer is like, no, they're fine. Please don't come on my private property and murder my animals. And the government's like, no, sorry, we have an order. And it's like a standoff. It's like Waco with Big Bird. It's amazing. Is everyone watching this? Because now the natives are involved, like a native tribe came in, like this all happened like in 24 hours. A native tribe came in and like took custody of the birds and is like, no, these are our birds now. And this is disputed land. And we're telling you to cease and desist. And then the government, the Supreme Court or whatever, gave them a stay of execution temporarily. But they still remain in the custody of the land management or whatever the hell. It's almost like our BLM, our Bureau of Land Management. You know, those assholes that screw around with ranchers?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like the Bundy Ranch, but with no guns. God, Canada, don't give up your weapons. Okay, don't do that because one day you might need them, like today. By the way, if you want to catch up on this ostrich, incredible ostrich story, just look at my Twitter feed because I have retweeted like literally everything about it. Yes, Viva Frey's covering it as well. He's been on it, but it's government overreach like you can't believe. And ostriches, it turns out, are so cool. I mean, they're like the coolest birds. I've been learning so much about ostriches since last night, which is probably why I couldn't sleep because I just went down this ostrich hole and I couldn't get out. And next thing you know, it's 4:30 in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, I have to survive tomorrow. But so I just slept in. We didn't do a trial stream. I will be back tomorrow. I plan to get sleep tonight. How about you? How was your day?
Well, I didn't stay up till 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because you're a normal person. I had to get up at 6 and get hangry on the bus and then, deal with the other one, ferry school and everything. Like, I'm an idiot. I've been a zombie all day.
The kids have been funny today, though. You know, everybody, like in this, with the weather change, everybody's feeling off. So my oldest was like, oh, it feels so bad. Oh, it's so terrible. And then her grandma called today and she was like, you know, I was wondering if you wanted to come over and spend the day. We can do all kinds of fun stuff, you know, but I heard you weren't feeling better. So my oldest, she hit me up. She was like, you know what, Dad? There was a miracle. I I just suddenly started feeling great again. I was like, oh, yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with grandma or anything, does it?
Check out this video of this ostrich at the farm dancing. This bird is literally dancing to music. I can't play the music because it's copyrighted, but the farmer is playing music and this thing is just dancing with joy. How can the government march in and be like, no, we're going to murder all your birds? They're healthy. Leave them alone. Stop trying to murder people's animals. Like, did they learn nothing from Peanut and Fred? Justice for Peanut and Fred. Because this is how you get Trump. You know, all the people who hate Trump, this is how you get a Trump. You just go invade people's spaces, kill their pets, and next thing you know, you've got Orange Man bad. This is how that happens.
I've been disturbed by the Tylenol thing that's been going on.
Oh my God, I know. You know, Donald Trump should just tell people that oxygen is bad, and all the crazy people will just suffocate themselves, and we'll be done with it. I think.
I remember reading a bunch of articles and papers, you know, looking into this years ago, you know, like a long time ago. And it was just something, you know, I figured people understood, you know, taking anything really can heighten risk, but especially specific medications with specific additives that have, you know, that haven't been tested properly. Well, then you have all of these esteemed places come out and say that, but then, man, political party mentions it. Suddenly, people are out there and they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to shovel this down because nothing will happen."
While pregnant, like I really hope that those videos are all fake. I hope that that's just rage baiting.
So the one woman that is going around, Michelle Vu, she is definitely not fake. She's not only not fake. Let me look up. I can't remember her freaking title. But
well, like I'm saying, I'm hoping that they're faking taking the Tylenol.
Yeah,
like I hope that they are
not.
faking
I mean, she's got so she's a MD at the Columbia University Department of Gynecology and something else. I can't remember. But I mean, she definitely influences pregnant women. So I mean, that's her thing. So she's not faking taking this stuff. She's out there pregnant. She's making a point the media to them and talk to her. I mean, again, that's not cringy though. That's criminal, you know.
Apparently, though, another thing that has been happening since like the 90s, which I guess I'd never heard of because they're very good at suppressing news they don't want you to hear. But Tylenol has been involved in billions of dollars of lawsuits since the 90s about this. Not just the autism link, but there's birth defects and there's other problems, miscarriages, stuff like that. They've been in these multi-billion-dollar lawsuits since the 90s, and our complicit media that works for Big Pharma has not told us about any of them. And my doctors, by the way, always told me it was fine to take Tylenol. You can't take anything but Tylenol. Now, luckily, I was very reticent to take anything when I was pregnant, so I would just suffer. And I may have taken like one Tylenol once, and I believe that the studies that were done were like high dosages of Tylenol can lead to these problems or contribute to them. But I mean, the fact that we didn't even know about these lawsuits, yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy. And malicious. It feels malicious to me. It feels malicious from the media that they kept that from us. And it feels malicious from the healthcare community too.
Even though they tell you at the same time, like the New York Times dropped an article I saw yesterday, I guess, where they were talking about the Harvard dean. You know, they were paid $150,000 to be an expert witness on behalf of plaintiffs in a lawsuit against the makers of Tylenol. So, I mean, you've had plenty of lawsuits that have been geared, aimed, and I mean, you have competing headlines. They're saying, this, again, it's politicized. And unfortunately, when people want to go out and they just want to look at this as a political topic, I mean, again, you're talking about harming children, and God, I mean, these folks are so assured that somehow, because of the person that's stating it, that everything's okay, and that's kind of an insane way to be,
Mm-hmm. It really is, and it's really strange to me that there are people who hate the president or this administration so much that they would harm themselves trying to prove him wrong. And it's just, please don't do that. Please don't. Please try to just read the science, because it wasn't the president or RFK Jr. who was in the lab doing the tests. It was scientists who did the tests, and then the media hid those tests from us. The FDA hid those tests and those studies from us. That's what happened. Also, did you hear about it's been a huge week in the news. I think that's why I couldn't sleep last night. It wasn't just the ostrich thing, but I was going down this Tylenol rabbit hole. And then also there is a huge story about YouTube is asshole and is admitting that they're asshole.
Oh, yeah.
And that they were colluding with the Biden administration to delete the channels of people who were refusing to kowtow to the beer bug. I'm still afraid to say it on YouTube. I'm still afraid because I don't know what they're not being clear about how people are getting their channels back. I got demonetized for an entire 6 months, and I'm not even sure what I did or said. All I was told was that I had dangerous content.
Well, I'll predict
and
this
I don't know
now.
if it was because I said something about jabs. I don't know if it was because I bullied the month of June, but I got demonetized for 6 months, and now they're admitting that they were in collusion with the government to do this.
What's going to happen though? You watch this. They will admit wrongdoing, like Facebook and other places have, because they're afraid. You'll see this. This is what's scary about them too. They go with whichever way the wind blows. So right now, with the administration that's in, they admit to this stuff. But when they give people their platforms back, I think it'll be just like with Musk. They have on Twitter or X. I hate saying X. It's when somebody says, "Hey, I'm on X," it sounds like you're on some kind of drug.
I know, it sounds so stupid. I hate saying it too. It's always going to be Twitter to me.
Yeah, but with Twitter, in their rules, they have freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach. Okay, that's shadow banning. If you can't reach anybody, you may have a channel, but that doesn't matter. If nobody can see you, you're still banned. Well, I think that's what YouTube will do. They will technically give people back their channels, but they won't give them back their reach. So they won't ever allow them. They'll just put it in the algorithm.
It's really gross, and I'm shocked. I think that YouTube needs to face massive lawsuits. And I think that the government should do something about maybe possibly bringing some of those. I don't know under what yet. I'd have to think about that more. But somebody ought to sue YouTube that has real deep pockets for this.
Well, you could tell that there was going to be a strange turn when they banned anything that they labeled, quote unquote, conspiracy theory. You remember how YouTube used to have, the president's a lizard man. You'd run across all these crazy fun videos. I always loved looking at the.
Yeah, I love Bat Boy and all that crap.
Well, they banned all of that stuff. And when they did, people were like, yeah, that's great. But even back then, I was like, what they're going to do is they're going to use that term. They're going to say that anything they don't like is conspiracy. It's not freedom of speech. It's conspiracy. And they're going to ban it as such. So they banned massive amounts of channels under that. And then they just carried it through. They started banning people again for the medical stuff. I still will call it the beer bug, and so I don't trust them. But Yeah. And that's not, again, people need to understand that they admitted this stuff. Like, this isn't some weird headline that popped up. They had congressional hearings and they admitted they were pressured by political heads. And just like Facebook, of course, they folded. We found that out about Twitter, too. Twitter was doing that when Elon, in fact, I'm not a fan of Elon Musk, but one of the things that I love that he did was when he took over. I actually think that, the guy that was in charge before, I think Elon had found out they were friends, with what's his name? Jack. God, I can't think of his last name. But I think they were friends. We knew that for a fact. And I think Elon found out that there were all these political messages, where they had been pressured because within
there were emails
week,
that was crazy. Twittergate was crazy.
Well, you see how fast he dumped those, though. Now, you couldn't have just gone through millions and millions of messages. And, they get so much mailed to them. And I'm sure that some of that stuff was buried, but he had it just like that. So I always wonder, I wonder if that's one of the reasons that he wanted to buy Twitter, because he knew.
I think that it was probably easy to do a search for anything with a .gov address. That's what I would have done. I would have gone immediately into the email archives and I would have searched all the .gov addresses. And I think that's how he found him.
I don't know. They had it prepped and ready that fast. I think he knew about it. I think Jack Dorsey, that's his name. Yeah, I think.
Jack may have turned it over. He may have.
Because he and Jack Dorsey were friends, and Jack Dorsey was anti.
And Jack kind of went off. He went off the reservation. Yeah. He quit playing their game, and he just became like a recluse and stuff.
Well,
these people will wreck you.
Before all of the kowtowing and stuff that we saw, he really was. He was anti-authoritarian, and then when he was running a company, you have the president themselves saying you will do this, and there's, even if they don't threaten you, that's an implied or else. So of course people are going to go along with it. Now with Google, I think Google very much was. They say they were pressured. I'm like, I don't know about pressure. They seemed pretty happy to ban people. They were down with the message. They definitely love banning people. And there's a lot of, this is the perfect time to talk about it. There's a lot of talk about free speech right now. So need to be bringing those channels back. They say they're going to return them, but again, I bet you.
But they didn't say they would return all of them. This is the other shitty thing that YouTube is doing. They're saying that they're going to restore some of the high profile accounts. So the people with the small accounts can go get fucked. They don't care. But there were a bunch of people with 2,000, 3,000 subscribers who lost their channels for misinformation, which they now admit did not break any of their terms of service, and they were only doing it because the government told them to. They should all get their channels back. Everybody should get their channels back, not just the big ones. Not just the big ones. That's not okay. By the way, thanks to the lurkers who are checking in to be counted, because YouTube is asshole and they do not, they're apparently not counting lurkers as views unless you're participating in the chat. So thank you for just checking in. It is. It's the new rules are just stupid. They just really are. So I am going to pin the Super Tips link. I forgot to do that, so I'm doing that now. supertip.gg/Megan Fox. You can support the show with fun AI voices. And yeah, there we go. I'm going to pin that to the top. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate you, chat. I couldn't do the things that I do without you supporting the show, sending super chats and hitting that like button and subscribing, showing the algorithm that you like the show and that it's something that YouTube should start pushing out there. That really, it all helps with the likes and the subscriptions. It helps. So I appreciate that. I thank every one of you for allowing me to have this job because I really like it. I really do. It's nice to be able to keep my own schedule. Nice to be able to take a day off when I need one. When I stayed up all night long down a weird news rabbit hole, getting angry at Canada. Blame Canada. I mean, honestly, I was livid last night. I was in an absolute frenzy over these ostriches. I've never even liked ostriches before, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter when the government wants to kill 300 or 400 innocent, healthy ostriches. I'm like, no, they are now my favorite bird, and you're not allowed to touch them. No, fuck off.
I mean, we see that stuff though in the U.S. We see it with poultry. We actually saw issues with cows. You know, the way that they handle cattle sometimes is freaking insane. Like if people sat down, actually did some research about some of these subjects, about what farmers complain about. You know, how price control works, and you know, how quote unquote sickness. You know, mysteriously you'll have healthy animals, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're like, oh, no,
All of a sudden they're
something's wrong with
culling
that.
this happened last summer. They were culling like huge factories full of chickens, which is why we've had an egg shortage, right? They blame it on avian flu. But again, when I see what Canada's doing, where they're refusing to test these birds, and the farmer is saying, we already tested them, they are recovered, and they have antibodies. They actually carry antibodies. This is the argument, that they carry antibodies that can actually lead to a cure for this, for bird flu and other things, including COVID. So these birds are worth studying, like worth keeping alive, because they got the flu and they recovered from it. So they have no symptoms, and they're trying to say, well, they're carrying it. Not if they got it and recovered, they have immunity. Duh. They are now naturally immune, just like people. It's no different. And the idea that they won't even test them, I mean, that is the farmer's story. I don't know if it's 100% that's what's actually happening, but the government then cannot just say, no, we're not going to test them. We're just going to kill them all. And they also told the farmer, if you start testing them, we will fine you $100,000 a bird. That makes no sense.
I just think having a healthy skepticism for anything you don't like that it's pretty good. You know, anybody that's just like, well, you know, I believe whatever. Well, okay. I guess that's your prerogative. But
it's definitely worth looking into. It's worth looking into. And if this argument is so diametrically opposed, you know, if farmers are saying one thing and the government is saying 100% the opposite thing, somebody is lying. Let's find out who. Like, we need to find out which one is right and which one is wrong. And it is not such a, first of all, these ostriches are in the middle of nowhere in British Columbia. Okay? They're surrounded by acres and acres of land. They are not coming into contact with any other farm animals. They are just by themselves on this one farm. So there's no emergency. You do not have to cull an entire, and by the way, I found out that culling ostriches, there's no good way to do it. They will get injured. They will suffer. They will be doing it from the air. Bullets don't work well on them. So how do they even plan? These people aren't even trained in this. They just sent a bunch of Mounties out to do this. And it's like, okay, you're going to do it in front of the cameras then. You're going to have to kill them all in front of the cameras. And there's drones out there, and there's helicopters flying over. It's outrageous. I mean, they don't even have a humane way to do it. They were trying to herd them into a small pasture to freak them out, and then they were going to shoot them from the air. This is humane? No. Stop it. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I know some of you in the chat are like, are we going to talk about what the hell's tonight? Yes, but I didn't sleep.
Ranting. Well,
I've had no sleep for 24 hours. You're going to get what you get.
No, it's just, when you pick up the microphone every day, you end up talking about just whatever, you know, the stuff that's on your mind as well. And I mean, there's been a lot of crazy. The Google thing really blew my mind, though, because again, YouTube, you notice we censor things. Again, a big topic for a long time. People, if you go back to like older videos where I covered that Depp Heard, you know, until the trial got close, about a month before the trial, you could start using her name in videos. But until then, you could use it in a title. But if AI picked it up in any of the videos, it would demonetize it automatically. So you had to code word, you know, and that's crazy. Just like the beer bug or anything else. And it's wild how, you know, YouTube, they are admitting wrongdoing. To me, that's crazy because they never admit wrongdoing. You know, they're passing the buck saying, well, they made me, but they're still admitting wrongdoing.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy news week.
Yeah.
And there are just a bunch of things in the news right now that I happen to just care a lot about. And because I hyper focus, it's the ADD. I hyper focused on these ostriches. And I also was hyper focused on the Bundy Ranch story in 2014 when they took his cattle wrongfully and tried to say he didn't have grandfathered in water rights. And it was a whole thing. And people showed up with rifles and they had a standoff with the feds, and the feds backed off and they decided it's not worth it. We don't want to die today. And that's what I love about living in America. Let me just say that right now. I will never move to Canada, and this is why. Because in America, when the government wrongfully invades your private property and tries to kill your animals, there's a good chance they're going to come up against 1,000 Americans with who are heavily armed and saying, "No, you won't. Not today, Satan." And in Canada, they had to just pray that enough eyes and public media attention would turn the tide. You know, RFK Jr. actually reached out to Canada and said, "I will take the birds. I will take them. We will pay for them to be brought to America. We will put them in a safe place. We will make sure that they're well." And they turned him down. They said no. Now, I don't know if you know this about RFK Jr. or not, but he is a very well-known animal rescue, wild animal expert. He's been rescuing wild animals since he was a young man, like in his 20s. So he knows what he's talking about. He has connections with farmers, whatever. And he offered to take them. And the government is just so butthurt in Canada. They don't want to be seen as being wrong, that they would say no. And it's outrageous. It's an outrageous story. And now we have a stay of execution for a while, but I'm going to keep following it because, God, I can't get enough of it. It has taken over about 75% of my brain now. Is all ostrich all the time. I'm sorry, but it is. But here's the important part. Here's the good part for those of you waiting for what the Hales. We have exclusive court footage from the Thumbnail case and the Trespass 5 status hearing. We are going to watch it with you tonight. Are you excited for that?
I am. I'm feeling it.
It's been a while since we watched a hearing together on this.
I know. It's been, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. Channel Meme News says it's a horribly foul situation. Yes.
Indeed.
All the puns, please post all the puns in the chat. But my entire brain is taken up with ostrich lore now. I'm like all about ostriches. My daughter is always saying she thinks that I'm a little autistic. And when I told her the ostrich story, she goes, "Yep, that's your tism kicking in." I'm like, shut up. I don't know. Maybe my mother took Tylenol when she was pregnant with me. I don't know. But I've now discovered that I have a fondness for the ostrich, and I will fight to the death for them.
I know from my generation, like if there would have been a such thing as taking and having your kids diagnosed, then it happened, but it was much rarer. I'm sure we'd all be wearing some kind of diagnosis.
Right. It's true. I mean, I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD till I was like 40, 45, because my kid got diagnosed and I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see those symptoms again. Oh, that's what's wrong with me. It really did answer a lot of questions that I had and closed a lot of those open questions from my childhood. Oh, Lord. All right. So we are going to watch the hearing. And I was working on a bingo card for us because we haven't done that in a while. But I'm missing like 10 squares. I have to come up with 10 more squares. Come on, think of something, Tug. Chat, give me some bingo squares that we can use for this. I'll tell you what I have so far. I've got my lawyer died.
That
default.
Was my first thought.
Yeah. Dan Owen sighting. Why is he here? Jeremy laughs. Megan snorts. Tug's unhinged giggles. Kid raid. Thug judge. Denied. Sit down. Pro say what? Come on. In free space. All right. What else do you got? Blood pressure, right? Blood pressure meds. Stop working.
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy. Yep, that's a good one.
Gotta go
Write
on.
checks. Write checks. That's a good
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Chat, come on. Hair talk? We're not going to have any hair talk tonight. Well, we might. All right. I'll put it in. It might happen.
Hair dog. Yeah, might as well put it in there. Hey.
Yeah, we might as well put it in there. Over the roof. What else? Random ostrich sighting? What?
That's funny.
No, we'll put ostrich talk because this is not the last you've heard of
Random
that tonight.
ostrich sighting. That would have been funny though. Be funny to be like, oh my God, there is an ostrich in there.
Derailment, that's a good one.
That'll happen.
Metabolic disorder. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the chat is flying. It's fun. Don't slow it down, mods. I like it when it's like this. I can keep.
Too.
I like my ADHD loves it. It's keeping up just fine.
Like it. It's busy. It's fun, and yeah, I mean, tracking it can be difficult, but at the same time, what it says is that people are interested, that people are down. See, like some of the hater channels, I noticed some of them require like a 48-hour subscribe before anybody can count, because they're so afraid somebody might actually bring something up there. Me, I want the conversation.
Agreed. I do too. I like it when it's crazy. I like it that way. Okay, I made the bingo card. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to all right, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to replace the pinned chat with a new one that has both links for you. So we'll do super tips first, and then I'll put the bingo link. And then what you do is you click on the link that says bingo, and you go to it and you click the button that says generate card, and you will have your own bingo card. Everybody's will be a little different. And you can play along with us. And as we go through this video, we will call out when there are bingos. All right. And if you win bingo, you get bragging rights in the chat, which is always fun. If you are the first person to win bingo, you can also take a screenshot of it and send it to me on Twitter or in locals, meganfox.locals.com. We do have a live chat there where I can get memes and pictures. So if you want me to show your bingo card to prove to me that you actually got it, I will. You can send it to me on Twitter at meganfoxwriter, because that's always fun. All right. You guys got your bingo cards open? I have, Tug, I need to drop it for you. Here you go. Private chat. I will drop the link for you here. There you go. All right. No, I have to open one because I didn't. What did I do? Where did my bingo go? Dang it, Megan. This is what happens when you get no sleep. I did fall asleep at after Hangry went on the bus. I fell asleep for a couple hours. So I got maybe 3.5, 4 hours, maybe. All right, here's what it looks like. Let me show you. Put this up on the screen. All right, we can check off free space for sure. You don't get to check off ostrich talk because we haven't. This is when we start the video. If it comes up again, it's going to come up. It probably will because like I said, 75% of my brain right now is just all ostriches all the time. All right, here we go. We've got all these, and we will be looking for these. We have a Dan Owen sighting, derailment. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be super fun. We haven't done one of these in a while. All right, now I just have to remember where I put the video. Oh yeah, I remember where it is. Okay, let me share a little video with you. I got the court footage. I got it right here. It is here somewhere. It's under the thumbnail case. Yep, there it is. And here we go. Is everybody ready?
Can you folks on the Zoom connection see me and hear me?
Oh, let me just tell you, the sound is going to piss you off. This is court audio. There is nothing I can do about it. When Lynette's bankruptcy lawyer starts talking, it's going to really piss you off because you can't understand. He's so garbled and mumbled and like he's mumbling. There's nothing I can do. Please, chat, before you start freaking out. There is nothing I can do about it. Okay.
Look at Larry there too. Like, look how well Larry like presents.
He looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, he looks very professional. That's why when like the ecosystem was talking about this and talking about, you know, they were like, there's nothing wrong with the banker. Look at the difference when they come in, and you can see why the judge would be like, Larry, I guess you're the attorney for Miss Preston.
Yeah, of course. And also look at his nameplate. It says Larry Foreman Esquire. So, and you can clearly tell that this man is a lawyer. Larry always looks so sharp. Like he clearly looks like he's the one in charge. It's so funny. And by the way, in the era of, there are no closed captions on this video, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry. We can't do it. Well, we can back up though and hear it again if there's something we can't understand. In the era of Zoom court, you know, during COVID, I wish that people had gone, you know, like serious, like lawyers had gone seriously with their backgrounds like Larry has and their sound equipment, because it would have made court so much easier and to watch and to understand.
Some courts do that intentionally, you know. In New York, we had that. There was that huge thing with the singer Fiona Apple. You know, she came out and she was talking about auditing New York courts. She got really interested in it during the beer bug, and they had they caught them doing something. It was a huge controversy. So what they did to fix the controversy, instead of helping out the people, they actually cut off the visual feed and they made you rely on the crappy audio feed, so people could not hear very well. They basically made it if you weren't there in court.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's terrible. And it's just great that like Larry looks so professional and so good. This is how all lawyers should be when they have to be on Zoom, but unfortunately they are not.
That's
as
how
you will see.
Lawyer, I want my lawyer to look like they are, a real lawyer.
So we've got over here on the, if you can see, let me see if you can see my, here I can pull out my, I can't use my drawing on this. Shoot. I can't do, I have a drawing tool, but I can't use it on here, unfortunately. Shoot. So Lynette is in the black at the desk on the left-hand side of the screen. She's wearing a black t-shirt. It looks like she's got it looks like she got her into the Clairol box dye that the J-Hatch nurses used from the Maya Kowalski case, the 7th floor coven. They all had the same hair color. It all looked like that. Here, I'll show you a picture from there. There. Okay. Here's the 7th floor coven from the Munchie Bunch, we called them, from the Maya Kowalski trial. Check out all the black hair dye. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, 5 of them, 6 of them who had all the same hair color. It's very similar. I think she got that same Miss Clairol J-Hatch nurse one. What happened? Go back. We haven't even started yet. All right, so Lynette's over there on the left. I don't know who's sitting next to her because I think those may be defense attorneys for the people coming up next, because they are not involved in this. These women sitting here are not involved. If you go over to, why does this keep moving? I'm not hitting play. Stop it. I don't know why it's doing
me. I'm sorry.
Why are you doing that? I forget that you can do this. You know what? That's it. I'm kicking you out of here. You're out.
You're like, what is going on? No.
What?
Devil.
What is wrong with you?
Oh my God. I'm just
thinking that I'm hallucinating from lack of sleep.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. You guys
would be the time.
You can go over to the bingo card and check off Tug's unhinged giggling, because
is that derailment too?
Yeah. Probably. All right, fine. Let's get derailment out of the way. We knew that was going to happen.
Oh my God, it's funny though. Yeah, the first time I moved it, actually, I hit it on accident. The first time, I was like, "Wait a minute, I can move the whole thing like easily," And Then I thought, well, let's have a little fun with it for a minute.
Oh, yeah, we get to check off hair talk. I talked about Miss Claire all hair dye. God, I can't help myself, can I? I really can't. This is going to be a quick game. All right, so then we have over on the right side of the screen in the lower right-hand side, Randy Choggett is in the middle chair of that desk where there are 3 men sitting there. Now, one of these men is Dan Owen, but you can't check off the Dan Owen sighting until we figure out which one, and I don't know which one it is. I don't know
the difference in lawyer there. Look at that picture. Look at that.
Oh, I know. Oh, God, there he is. You know who he reminds me of?
What's that?
Did you see my thumbnail?
I
almost expected I almost expected this when I saw this the first time.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat, Your Honor. I'm not a cat. I remember that.
That was the greatest moment in jurisprudence in the history of everything ever. God, and it reminds me, it's like this guy, he was one step away from having a cat filter on his face. He looks like he's in an interrogation room. He looks like he's a client. Like someone who a lawyer told him to put on a suit because you're appearing before a judge today. And he's appearing from like the jail room where they let them go to do their video calls, and like they have a wrinkled suit where they put it on real quick over their, orange jumpsuit. Good Lord, it doesn't look good, sir. It doesn't look good. So anyway, so we don't know which one of these people is Dan Owen. I'm looking. So it looks like he is a younger guy. So he's got to be the one to Randy's right, because the one to his left looks like he's ancient. Here's what Dan looks like. But did he dye his hair blonde? Because doesn't that guy on the right of Randy look like he's blonde? Does he look blonde to you?
I don't know. I'd say I wouldn't recognize him anyway, just to be honest.
All right. This is what. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to take this down. How do I take this? Add to stage.
People said he's the bald guy.
He's this guy. This guy right there.
That looks like a bald cap, doesn't it?
You think?
Honestly,
it kind of does. Are you saying that this guy in the right-hand side? Wait, let's make that bigger. This guy is bald? He doesn't look bald. The one next to Randy? I wish I could zoom in. I can't, though. Oh, no. He must be on Randy's left. It's the guy to the left. He's the bald guy. Oh, but he looks so much older there than he does on the internet.
Like for that, how old is he?
Well, his picture on the 8th Circuit
on the thing looked really old.
Like he's like 40.
Really old there comparatively.
He looks like 40 on the website, but in here he looks like he's about 60. So I don't know.
Thinking, he looks like retired in the picture there. That's what I was wondering.
I thought you said something else. I was going to agree with that. Okay, he
retired.
Well, all right, Dan Owen sighting. Who's Dan Owen? He is the prosecutor of Levy County that Jeremy Hales is now suing. And no, he wasn't in the gallery. He was sitting next to Randy at the table. And I know this because Randy told me he was sitting right next to Dan Owen. And the reason why Dan is there is because this is the criminal courtroom, and Judge Grabe does civil overflow, and he had a civil case right before he started his day of criminal trial. So Dan didn't understand why Randy was here. He turned to him and he said, "You're in the wrong courtroom." And Randy was like, "No, I'm not. Judge Grabe does civil, and this is the Hales case." And then apparently Dan Owen made a face. He made a face.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
So Dan Owen, this is before Jeremy filed a lawsuit against him. This was actually before we found those emails where Dan Owen is directing everyone to investigate Jeremy Hales instead of going after the people who are stalking him. It's really weird. Really, really weird. So, all right, we've got Judge Grabe up here in the left corner in the black robe. That's Judge Grabe. He's a very serious man. Over in the right upper corner, we've got Jeremy Hales in the blue shirt. Madam Mayor Therese Granger. Is her first name Therese? Therese?
Just call it Tree
Granger.
Stranger.
Tree Stranger. I know. I want to call her Tree Stranger. Granger and Granger. And they are there because they brought the lawsuit about the Trespass 5 case. And that's why they are there. They are hearing both of these things in a status update now. We all know Larry Foreman is in the lower left square here of the right-hand upper. And then the guy next to Larry, the guy who almost has a cat meme on his face, he is the bankruptcy attorney, Raman Swamin, or whatever the hell. I don't know. All right. Is everybody ready? I think I'm ready now. So far, we've got Tug, Unhinged Giggles, Dan Owen Sighting, Derailment, Free Space, and Hair Talk. All right. Here we go.
Very good.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good.
Matt.
Can you folks on the Zoom connection see me and hear me? All right, very good.
Sure.
Very
In
good.
their words, make sure they see you.
All right, very good, Mr. Foreman. Do we have everybody here who's associated with this matter? Either on the screen or in the courtroom? Are we missing anyone? All right, apparently not.
What's the name of the case, Mr. Shockett?
There's two of them, Judge. There's related cases. One is Granger against Preston.
Right.
The other one is Preston against the rest of the people here. Jeremy Hales, Martha, Mr. Foreman, who's on video, and I think we have a bankruptcy attorney for Ms. Preston in Zoom as well.
Okay. So, Mr. Foreman, are you representing Ms. Preston in the bankruptcy matter?
No, Your Honor, I'm actually represented by Mr. Shockett.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Wait, can we go back and see if Lynette makes if she makes any kind of
Yeah, I
I want to
didn't
see
think
if
about
she
that.
I
Yeah,
want
see
to
if she
watch her and see if she makes a
Ms.
face.
Preston in the bankruptcy matter?
Well, she's
No,
shaking
Your
her
Honor,
head
I'm
no.
No.
She's shaking her head no. No. Oh yeah, we can check off bankruptcy. Bankruptcy. Where's the bankruptcy square? There it is. Okay.
That's
bankruptcy
funny,
is not
though.
checked.
Represented by Mr. Shockett.
Oh, okay, all right.
The other lawyer, Judge.
All right, I didn't see his name on.
The other lawyer who doesn't even have his name on the screen. That's why it makes it look like he's in jail or something.
Right. That's why he said I didn't see his name. Yeah, it looks like he's broadcasting Broncos in Love from the Sanatorium.
Judge, I am not a cat. Oh God. So Grabe, just to remind you guys, the reason why Judge Grabe has this case, Davis had it before Grabe, but Davis got transferred to another area or something. He's the chief judge now or something. I don't know. He got a promotion. And so Grabe is now taking over Davis's cases. And the reason why Davis was assigned to it in the first place was because Judge Craig DeThomasis got conflicted off of both of these cases for being biased against Jeremy Hales and being biased in favor of Lynette Preston. So the Grangers got to kick him off too, because they're like, no. The appeals court said that he was biased towards Lynette Preston, so we don't want him either. And he will never be able to sit on another case that Lynette Preston or Jeremy Hales are involved in ever again because of what he did. So
they had a great filing. The Grangers did, talking about that too. You know,
mm-hmm.
it was just a massive, like, freaking bomb drop on them. I loved it.
Oh, the chat made a good point. Let's focus on Larry's face. Let's go back and see Larry's face when they asked if he's representing Lynette Preston.
Ms. Preston in the bankruptcy matter?
No, Your Honor, I'm actually represented by Mr. Shockett.
Oh, okay, all
Oh,
right.
perfect there.
The other lawyer, Judge.
All right, I didn't see his name.
Larry has very good face control, which is funny because
Sometimes.
he's known sometimes. I was just going to say he got famous for having no face control in the gallery. But on a Zoom with a judge, I'm going to go with Larry's going to control his face like the entire time.
Can I get your name, sir, for the record?
Yes, Your Honor, Jerome Ramsaran. That's R-A-M as in Mary, S as in Sam, A-R-A-M as in Nancy.
Oh my God, it's like his voice is coming through a cheese grater.
Yeah. Rice,
I'm sure the judge was like, Rama, whatever. Okay.
His mic is the same quality as the lawyer, totally.
For $6,000, he could have bought himself a nice little USB plug-in for like $40 that it would have sounded 1,000 times better than this. But we are gonna, it's the echo from the jail cell he's sitting in. Is he zooming from the bathroom? Is he zooming from the bathroom?
That'd be funny. Like if you turned it a little bit, you see somebody walk by, like
yeah,
hear a toilet flush.
There's a flushing noise in the background. Oh, door slamming. Oh, it looks so bad. It looks bad. It sounds bad. Yeah, the sound quality is like ordering fries at the drive-thru. Yep.
That is very, very.
Yep.
All right, very good. And you're representing Ms. Preston in the bankruptcy matter?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. She told me about today's proceedings. So she respectfully asked that I came on board to at least apprise the court what's going on. We filed bankruptcy in this matter.
Oh my God. I think he is in a bathroom. Oh my God. Look, Tug, to the right of his shoulder. Is that a blurred toilet?
That was so funny.
Is it?
It could be.
And that would explain the echo because it's bouncing off tile walls.
What is up with this toilet? First, we read something talking about excrement and deuce, and now we have broadcasters coming straight from the bathroom. Oh my Lord!
That is a toilet. I can see the lid. The longer you look at it, the more you can see what it is.
Oh my God!
Why would you stream? Why would you go to court in your bathroom, sir?
Is he
wearing pants? Is a very good question.
I keep waiting for Ashton Kutcher to pop out of this case and be like, "I've been punking you for 2 years. I used to see your face." Yeah.
Oh, this is insane. I did not think we were going to catch this guy zooming in from the toilet. But that's what it is. I mean, it's what it looks like.
For that much money, I would think you could go to a spare room.
Yeah, why would you do this from the bathroom? I do remember streaming once from my bathroom because I was ironing. But I iron in there because I have a big bathroom, and I take my ironing board down and I iron in there. So I did do that.
It's different for you broadcasting than going. I don't think I would attend a court session in my bathroom though.
Oh my God. No, I would never do that. No, but I was just talking about stupid shit. So, it's fine. I was ironing clothes. I mean, it wasn't exactly a serious stream. Oh my gosh. Wait, you said I missed a bingo. We missed a square on the bingo card. Is that a toilet?
For real?
I should have had that on here, but I didn't know that was coming. His face does look like he's straining, folks. I don't even want to think about it. I really don't. I don't want to think about it. It's
amazing
crazy.
Though. He was like, Lynette asked him to be there so they could talk about the bankruptcy case. That is not ongoing, by the way. So he's really there, and they tried to spin this out of the ecosystem as we didn't lie to you about the bankruptcy lawyer. Look, he really is there for cases. It's like, yeah, no, he is not representing anyone in this case.
For the chat, the questions, who are the ladies at the table by Lynette? I believe those are defense attorneys for the criminal clients that are going to be coming up after this case. They don't have anything to do with this case. Where Randy is sitting is the prosecutor's table. That's why Dan Owen is there, and that other guy. Those are prosecutors. And then over on the other side are defense attorneys. So they're just waiting for their turn. They're just there because those are their chairs.
Earlier this year, the case was subsequently dismissed due to my failure to submit certain documents on time. We've since filed for reinstatement, and we're scheduled.
Was the judge just doing wiggle itch cough? He looked very uncomfortable. Look at what is he doing? Is he adjusting his underoos?
Earlier this year, the case was.
Man, those robes probably right up.
Due to my
I do that move all the time. That move that the judge just did, that is my ass hurts and I need to readjust on my squishy pillow.
You got all that material. That's probably uncomfortable after a minute.
Yeah, he was sitting on his robe. He was probably digging into the back of his neck. That's why he's like now fussing with the collar. Like he was sitting on his robe. He had a robe wedgie. Yes, Mochi. He had a robe wedgie. I didn't have that on the bingo card either. Dang it.
And it's amazing though. He's telling the court, yeah, I was asked here because of the bankruptcy that we had that I screwed up. That's essentially.
Yeah, he's about to say he totally screwed up. Let's back up a little bit so we can hear.
We filed bankruptcy in this matter earlier this year. The case was subsequently dismissed due to my failure to submit certain documents on time. We've since filed for reinstatement.
The case was dismissed due to my failure to submit documentation on time. And they paid this guy $6,000 for this.
That's wild, isn't it? I mean,
oh my God.
And there's there's question that again, will the bankruptcy go forward? Well, in most cases, I would be like, yes, but with the quality of the dream team here, I'm thinking, I don't know. I actually don't know.
This is just so crazy. Here's a button that could come in really handy right about now.
What would you say you do here?
Why are you here? All right, we can now check off why is he here? Because everyone is like, what? What do you have to do with this case? Absolutely nothing. So I'm here to tell you that I filed a bankruptcy case that I totally screwed up and I didn't file the stuff I was supposed to file in time. And so there is no bankruptcy case anymore. So why are you here?
And we're scheduled, the case is scheduled for a reinstatement hearing on the 7th of October. I believe I provided, my office should provided your JA and all the parties here with a copy of that hearing notice.
Is there currently a... Can you shut the record off? I've already told the court reporter. Okay. To not do it. Yeah.
Oh, what?
I'm sorry. Is there currently, my understanding is
Hold the phone. Did you hear what the bailiff just said?
I couldn't make it all up.
I think he just said, did you shut the record off? As in the video. But maybe he said, make sure you don't shut the record off. But it sounded to me, I got to go back and hear that. Yeah. Listen to the whispering because you can hear it. You can hear it.
Currently, can you shut the record off? I've already told the court.
Can you shut the record off? Oh my God. And then the judge says, I've already told the court reporter. Can you shut why would we be shutting the record off? And clearly that didn't happen because there is a video of this.
They shouldn't be shutting the record off, I mean.
That's crazy. I have to ask someone about this. Hold on.
Yeah.
I just heard him whisper that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that in the first roll. Because for broadcasting, you turn it up a lot louder, and try to even it out a little bit.
Can we see where was the bailiff? Where was the bailiff before he came up to the judge? Where was he? Was he standing by Dan Owen by any chance? No, he's right here. Is he standing at this podium? Wait, where did he come from? Where did you come from, sir?
My office should provided your JA and all the parties here with a copy of that hearing notice.
Is there...
He appears to have come from the left side of the room. He comes stomping over to say, "Can you shut the record off?" What?
Currently a,
That is absolutely 100% what he said.
Mhm.
100%. He said, "Can you shut the record off?" Now, he may have said, "Somebody asked if you can shut the record off." I don't know what those first two words were. Hold on.
is there currently a, I've already told the court reporter.
What does he say right before that?
Cannot do it.
Yeah, I can't catch it. I can't catch what he is saying right
Currently
before
a,
that.
Did he say Miss Preston? Is it that?
All right, let's hear that again.
Your JA and all parties here with a copy of that hearing notice.
Is that Miss Preston?
is there currently a,
That's Miss Preston.
Oh,
Did they say
yep.
that?
Yeah, he
Miss
did.
Preston asked you to cut.
He did. Now, how did she? She's just been sitting there the whole time. I didn't see her communicating. Let's back this up. Did she communicate with this bailiff at some time?
That's what she's at. That's wild. Like, again, the public has the right, ma'am. You are in court about something you brought, by the way. I mean, you are in trouble because of it. You are totally fine, by the way, with all of this being aired with your PR team when you thought you had a case. But now that you're in trouble, you're like, oh, I don't want anybody to see what's going on. No. Garbage.
This is crazy. I do want to know.
I think at the end, the judge says something about can't do that. You know, that's what it sounded like at the very end of the.
Okay. Oh, maybe he's saying I already told the court reporter we can't do that.
Yeah. Listen to the whole thing again for his statement, because it's, just to make sure we get his.
Okay, let's listen to his full statement, because he did say I already told the court reporter.
Your JA and all parties here with a copy of that hearing notice.
is there currently a,
Shut the record off.
I've already told the court reporter.
Okay.
To not do it. Yeah.
To not do that.
Yeah.
Holy
Bam.
shit!
That's right. Boom.
Thug
So-
judge.
Yeah, that's
Thug
right.
judge.
The judge shut that
Denied.
shit down.
Sit
That-
down.
that
Holy
is-
crap.
See, courts are supposed to be answerable to the people. You are supposed to be able to, again, unless it's a specific type of hearing, there are very few types of hearings you're not supposed to have a record with. And she tried, though. She tried to shut it down. And now that is known to everyone out there.
That earned him a Judge Carroll tribute. Thug
I
judge.
understand. You're moving for a mistrial when you got additional time and you can call the same witnesses to address whatever issues. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor, because we
Can
don't.
I-
Okay.
Can we go to exhibits, please?
Yep. That was.
I love Judge Carroll. Double guns denied. Sit down.
Denied. Sit down.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's my favorite judge, Judge Carroll. Yeah, Judge Carroll is awesome. I also liked pre-head injury Schrader.
Don't get brazen with me.
He was awesome, but post-head injury Schrader is a whole different animal.
That's good though. Like to hear this judge be like, no, nope. I told the court we can't do that.
We can't do that. Wow.
Why is? Did they have a whole discussion about this before that? Did the court reporter ask?
Yeah.
Is that why? Is that why it was? I mean,
She must have gone to the court reporter before I bet this is what happened. She went to the court reporter asked the bailiff, and the bailiff went to the judge. That's what because he's the only guy who can approach the judge. So that's my guess.
But he said that. I already told the court reporter.
Well, that's true. Maybe the court reporter asked him before, maybe in chambers. Maybe she asked, before he came out.
Or maybe Lynette asked a few people,
Yeah, who does she know there? I mean, this is raising a whole lot more questions.
Well, when you got the Dan Owens and all this other stuff, it really does start to you start to ask. And again, the stuff that happened with the grudge judge and everything else. I mean, things. I don't know. There's a lot of scrutiny on these areas. I really hope that anybody that's part of this stuff realizes that there is a lot of scrutiny on the courts right now for this. So having it transparent like this was, again, this hearing went fine. It did 100% by the books. It looked totally fine. So that was good.
Chat, I disagree. Chat, I disagree. It was definitely not Dan Owen. First of all, he was nowhere near the bailiff. The bailiff is on the other side of the room. You can see that because on the left side of the room where Lynette is, if you look to the right of her screen, you will see the table where Dan Owens is sitting. That's how the room is set up. And that bailiff walked from the left side of the room to the right side of the room. He was not on the right side of the room where Dan Owen is. That wasn't from Dan, I don't think. And also, Dan Owen knows better. He's a prosecutor. He knows that you can't turn the record off. This was coming from somebody who did not know this.
You're really, I mean, the same guy that was like, "Hey, I don't want any of you enforcing a protective order." Maybe he doesn't.
All right, better. I may be being too generous to Dan Owen.
Maybe a little really generous in that one.
All right, I heard that there's a bingo in the chat. Who got it? Who got the bingo? Whoever got the first bingo in the chat, you now get bingo bragging rights. You can try to go for double bingo or an entire blackout on your card. Or if you want to regenerate your card, you can do it. You can just click on the link again and generate a new card and start over. Crystal got bingo. Lisa got bingo. Awesome. Good job. Apparently everyone got bingo. All right. Well, if you want to start over, go ahead and regenerate your card. If you don't want to start over, you can always just go for double or blackout card. All right, here we go.
I'm sorry, is there currently, my understanding is we have a Chapter 7 proceeding that's pending, correct?
Hold on. The chat is saying that the woman behind Lynette said something to her. Are you talking about the woman who just walked to the door? Hold on. Oh, who is that? No, this is someone who's there for criminal court. I don't think she talks to her.
I'm sorry, is there currently, my understanding is we have a Chapter 7 proceeding.
Nope, unrelated.
It's pending, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor, but the stay is not in effect due to the fact that it was dismissed and it is now, I'm now seeking reinstatement of the case.
Okay, so there is no automatic stay in place. This is the usual practice at this time. So there's nothing prohibiting me from going forward with this 1.420 motion or the 57-105 matter.
Nope.
That's right.
Not at all, Your Honor, not at this time. I would just, I would just advise the court that we are looking to reinstate the case, and I just don't know if efforts at this stage would be for naught. Perhaps a case manager conference subsequent to the hearing date might be more suitable, but that's just a thought from me.
You see what he tried there? He tried his damnedest to delay. He's like, actually, before this, maybe we should go with this other approach, instead of things moving forward. But, I mean, it's just, God, well, we may have something coming up. We did have one, but my incompetence got it dismissed. So it's just amazing.
All right. I am being told that she did talk to her. And this woman in the gold shirt or like the pink gold shirt is the judge's assistant. That's what you guys are saying. So let's watch this again. Here she comes. Here she comes towards Lynette. Oh, she walked right past her. What are you guys talking about? You keep saying go back, go back, go back. How much further back? Does this woman make another appearance? I never saw her talk to her. I just saw her walk past.
So she respectfully asked that I came on board to at least apprise the court what's going on. We filed bankruptcy.
Yeah, she didn't talk to her. She didn't.
In this matter earlier this year. The case was subsequently dismissed due to my failure to submit certain documents on time. We've since filed for reinstatement, and we're scheduled. The case is scheduled for a reinstatement hearing on the 7th of October. I believe I provided my.
You guys are backwards. The chat, she just passed Lynette's table walking to the left, or my left, so if she's facing the judge, she's walking to the right. Owens is all the way on the other side of the courtroom. Do you see him? He's on the other side. The bailiff was not over there. She is walking in the direction of the bailiff, but you guys are saying that her walking in the direction to the left here, that's where Owen is? No, he's not. I can see him on the screen over here on the right. He's the bald guy sitting behind the podium right next to Randy. They are way on the other side of the courtroom. Stop trolling me, chat. Stop it. You're seeing it wrong. I don't know why you think these desks are reversed. They're not. You can see the corner of Dan Owen's desk right there. I can't put my mouse on it for you because this is a video within StreamYard. But the corner of the desk, if you look at just Lynette, where Lynette is, I did not see the bailiff talk to Owen. Where did the bailiff talk to Owen? All right, we're going to look again. There's a bailiff. That is not the bailiff that walked up to the judge. That is not the same bailiff.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good, Mr. Foreman.
That might be a woman. That is not the same bailiff. That's not the same one.
Wait. Go back. Like just wait. Did you go back to the very beginning? Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought you kept getting never mind.
I did. I'm back to the very beginning.
I wasn't staring
because the chat is making me do this because they're like, the bailiff talked to him. The bailiff talked to him. All right, that is a bailiff. But I do not think that's not the same bailiff because there's the bailiff right there. The guy with his head right at the front of the screen. That's the bailiff that talked to the judge. So this other one did go and talk to Owen, though. Maybe you're saying all the bailiffs are in on it. I don't know. But that one did talk to him. Then she comes back. What does she do when she comes back? She goes by the other bailiff. Okay.
What's the name of the case, though?
Maybe. But, Randy was sitting right there. I think Randy would have heard if that bailiff said something to him about turning off the record. He's sitting right there. You guys are so mad at me. The chat is so mad at me. They're like, okay, you just go take a nap. We'll talk about this later. Yes, that bailiff did pass something to Dan Owen. It was a note or something. And then the lady comes back. The female bailiff goes back over by the male bailiff. And I don't know what he said, but he did say Preston. He didn't say Owen. He said Preston. All right, let's move back ahead where we were. Where were we? We were right after she walks. Yeah, we were right here.
Now I'm not seeking reinstatement of the case.
Okay, so there is no automatic stay in place. This is the usual practice at this time. So there's nothing prohibiting me from going
So
forward
why are
with
you
this,
here?
This 1.420 motion or the 57105 matter.
That's right.
Not alone, Your Honor, not at this time. I would just, I would just advise the court that we are looking to reinstate the case, and I just don't know if efforts at this stage would be for naught. Perhaps a case manager conference subsequent to the hearing date might be more suitable, but that's just a thought from me.
All right. I think ordinarily, Mr. Shockett, if there were a stay in place, I think I would have to suspend the proceedings at this point pursuant to federal law. But the fact that a bankruptcy is, my understanding, is imminent, but is not, there's no stay in effect at this time, I don't think I'm legally prohibited from going forward with your motions here.
Yes, we asked to get it scheduled, Judge. That's at this status. You want to go forward with it today?
Well, I don't know that we can go forward with it today because I think in one case you're asking for 57105. We're going to need to disclose the amount of fees you're seeking, the itemization of the fees, the things that we normally have to do in that type of proceeding. Also, your 1.420 motion, I think, makes a general claim for costs, but I don't see an itemization of those either.
Right.
So I think we're probably going to have to do that before we can proceed on the merits. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So why don't we do this this morning? I'm going to consider this to be a case management conference. Once Mr.
So all of that for nothing. All of that, and the judge is like, So there's no bankruptcy. So you're here
Yeah.
because of a bankruptcy case. Oh, right. But I screwed up. I didn't turn in the paperwork and there is no bankruptcy. So there's no bankruptcy case.
Yep. That's a huge potential screw up, you know. If they don't manage to get that, think about that. If they don't manage to get it on there, holy crap.
LMNOP is texting. I should have had LMNOP texting on the bingo card. Dang it.
There's a lot
She
of
is
texting,
on her phone.
actually. There's a lot of it there. You'll notice a lot of people are playing with their phones. Like she,
Yeah.
right now though, she should be worried. She should be very worried.
Mm-hmm.
She's not smart enough to be worried. That's her problem. You know, when I see her talking about stuff, oh,
she's on her phone begging for a camper. Oh, darn it. You just tricked me into having to check off RV from the bingo card. That was a good one. That was good, chat. That was a good troll.
They got you there.
Oh my gosh. All right. So to go over the bingo card, we have Tug, Unhinged, Giggles, Denied, Sit Down. Why is he here? Dan Owen citing derailment, free space, bankruptcy, hair talk, Thug Judge, and RV. All right. I have not snorted. Stop trying to gaslight me and tell me that I snorted. I have not. That has not happened.
I think I heard
if it
snort.
has, I don't. What?
I think I heard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What? I don't remember doing it, so I'm not allowing it. I will not allow it. Denied. Sit down.
Shockett provides those items on those two motions that he's filed, disclose those to Ms. Preston, the adverse parties, then I think we could proceed at that time.
Okay.
So we could schedule a hearing today, but I don't think we can proceed today on the merits.
Okay, that'd be fine, Judge. And the other case with Granger, I represent the plaintiffs, and that was served on June 28th, and this will help to round up the bankruptcy story.
Okay.
On June 28th, she was served, giving her 20 days to respond, but 6 or 7 or 8 days into that, she filed the notice of automatic stay.
Okay.
That bankruptcy case has been dismissed, as my opponent just said. He's refiling, so we don't know if the bankruptcy court's going to accept that. It's been dismissed.
Right.
So she's technically in default right now. Because she hasn't.
There may or may not be a stay issued. We don't know. But I view these essentially, the motions that you filed here under 1.420 and also 57-105, I view these essentially as punitive types of motions for you're alleging misconduct or bad faith in the suits that were brought. So I think they're essentially punitive in nature. So, but they do have a financial component to them, obviously. If I grant those, there's going to be a check written to somebody. It could impact.
Yeah.
Oh, check writing. All right, write checks.
Well, they all ecosystem, Preston, all of them lied about this. They lied. They said it was never stated. There you go. You hear it clear as day.
Mm-hmm. Well, he is saying if I grant either of these, somebody's writing a check.
He's going to, yeah. I mean, look, the way he's covering this, the way he's talking about, she's in trouble. Like she's got a real problem. Preston, you need to go over this, listen to it all, and I mean, really take in what's being said. Because I think you got a lot of people that whisper in your ears. I think you got lawyers that do, and you should ask yourself how many times they've been right about this stuff. Again, when you brought these cases, you thought you were on the offensive. Now you're on the defensive. Now you're hoping you don't get sanctioned. You're hoping that you don't end up with, well, it would be $50,000+, but since you're trying to push and get that default overturned, it'll turn into a much bigger. Because I mean, you got a problem. You brought garbage lawsuits, and you're going to end up paying for them.
Mm-hmm. Rogue Mama says, look at Owen's body language, leaning as far away from Randy as possible. It does look like he's trying to get away, which is weird because I don't think that these two have a problem. They work in the same courthouse, but it is a little strange that he made a face and now he's like leaning away. He's like trying to roll that chair as far away as possible. He doesn't seem very comfortable. I'll tell you that much. And this was before he got sued by Hales. before we knew about the emails. So, yeah.
The bankruptcy. So I think if there's a stay issue in the suits that were brought, so I think they're essentially punitive in nature. So, but they do have a financial component to them. Obviously, if I grant those, there's going to be a check written to somebody, and it could impact the bankruptcy. So I think if there's a stay issue, we may have to postpone the proceedings. If there's not, then there's nothing to prevent us from going forward on the merits.
Okay.
Would be my view.
And what the Granger matter, there's two cases. The Granger matter, she's in default right now. I can make an order tennis motion because she hasn't.
Default. You may check off default from your bingo cards. Oh, I already have bingo. RV gave me bingo. Awesome. I'm going for a full set though. This is interesting. So is this Randy speaking? She's already in default.
Responded to the pleading in time, and now we're since the August 8th. This has been dismissed.
And Mr. Ramsden, you do not represent her in that matter, correct? In any of these
I don't, Your Honor. I'm purely here to advise the court as to the status of the bankruptcy case.
All right. I appreciate that. I think if you were to file a default motion for judicial default,
so
Mr. Schock,
the guy
would be
on the
inclined to
right,
grant it
by the
if
way?
20 days have gone by.
Is the
And then
what?
The guy on the right is a
He's
like
an
an
law
intern
student,
for, he's an intern
Yeah.
for Dan Owens. Yeah.
So he's interning in the prosecutor's office. So I was right. He's a prosecutor.
Yeah.
He's just an intern he's doing the prosecutor job for probably very little pay.
It is interesting though, again, with the Thomases, look at how things change. I mean, you have the Thomases up here and he sponges up every single thing Lynette, she asks for, that she wants. And now look how far things have gone since then. You know, she had him assigned initially, they got him removed, and man, she's looking down the barrel again of some real problems. How things have changed.
Oh yeah, this one's a big one. This one's a problem. And by the way, Lynette Preston did file today a motion to set aside the default in the Trespass 5 retaliation. Not, I don't want to say retaliation, but the Granger's case against her for filing Trespass 5. Malicious prosecution case. So she is in default because Judge Grabe did sign an order that she's technically in default. I told you guys yesterday, or I think, that I believe she was going to file a motion at the last minute to set aside the default. And that's what she has done. It is still locked on the docket at the moment, so we don't have that document. I'm sure it will probably be unlocked by tomorrow, probably. So we'll see what her excuse is. And I'm sure it's going to be all about how my child, metabolic life-threatening disorder, Jeremy Hales is stalking me, my lawyer died. And I think, based on what Judge Grabe says in this hearing, I think that he'll be willing to set it aside, frankly.
All she's going to do is rack her up some more cost. That's her problem. I mean, that's the stupid thing here, Lynette. You know, it's not winnable. You brought a case. It was a garbage case. They ended up spending money trying to defend it. You have no merit to it. You left it out there forever, but you decided you didn't want to do anything with it. You're lawyers. You can blame it on whomever, but ultimately the lawyer and one where your lawyer's gone now. So he probably wouldn't have been any help anyway. Honestly, he may have been a detriment to you, but now he's not there anymore. You're sitting here alone. You want to fend this off, but you made the decision. We've seen the text messages. Crazy.
Yep. She sure did. All right. Let's see. Where are we at here? Let's push play.
It would probably be right to have the hearing on the costs and the fees.
Your Honor, my lawyer died. I have no understanding of any of this.
Oh, there it is. I should have put victim on the card. I'm a victim. I don't understand any of this, but you may now check off my lawyer died on the bingo card. That I almost have double bingo. I'm going to get a full blackout card today, I think. I love this part because it's like she does not understand. This is what I mean about Lynette being unintentionally funny. She doesn't think she's being funny. She's not doing it to be funny, but it is hilarious.
Right.
And of course, because during her deposition with Randy Shockett, she screamed, "My mother died." And then 5 minutes later, he's like, "So when did your mother die?" And she goes, "My mother didn't die." And now in this one,
So
her
crazy.
speech out of her mouth is, "My lawyer died." You're right. You're right, chat. I did say, come on. That can be checked off the bingo card too. All right.
Your Honor, my lawyer died. I have no understanding of any of this, of what's happened. No one has kept me abreast.
Oh yeah, Jeremy's laughing. You can check that off too. If you
Yep.
watch Jeremy, watch Jeremy. We're gonna go back. Jeremy starts. His shoulders start shaking. You're not
You
gonna
can see it on
much.
his face too.
Yeah. He's looking down so that it can't be seen on the camera.
Your Honor, my lawyer died. I have no understanding of any of this, of what's happened. No one has kept me abreast of the case because Scott died, and the bankruptcy I thought was filed, and then a mishap happened, and then he...
Look at that face control. By the time he puts his face up to the camera, look at Jeremy's face. It is 100% deadpan.
Did you hear what she said too? She said the bankruptcy was filed and then a mishap happened. You realize, Lynette, that's because your bankruptcy lawyer got in trouble and he had his privileges for filing electronically removed. That's not a mishap. A mishap is, whoops, that was beyond my control. This is much worse.
It's unbelievable. All right, chat. You guys are just complaining way too much about the snorting. Fine. You said you heard it. Go ahead and check it off. Oh, no, I just did it again. Okay, fine. Now you've got it. You've got your snort.
refiled it.
They're serious about this bingo card, by the way. They are going to get their squares.
Of the case because Scott died, and the bankruptcy I thought was filed, and then a mishap happened, and then he refiled it. So I don't know why you would hold me like that for that when this is like really a bad deal for me.
The fact of the matter is, Ms. Preston, I understand you're not a lawyer.
No.
But if you don't have a lawyer on your case, I've got to hold you to the same standard I would hold a lawyer to. That's just...
Oh!
Yep. Yep.
And this will get awkward.
Is that pro se what, by the way?
That's pro se what? Yep. Pro se what? Pro se what? Yep. You may check that off on the bingo card. That would be listen, Miss Preston, you are pro se. I need to treat you the same way as I treat a lawyer. End of story.
Just listen to what she said too. This isn't fair to me because my bankruptcy. Yeah, we had a little mishap, but it's not really. Are you kidding me? She is so. I'm telling you, she is so entrenched in the idea that bankruptcy is going to write everything off. Oh man, it is going to be a shocker when she finds out that she is financially on the hook for everything.
Well, she has finally run into a brick wall named Judge Grabe. This judge is not going to... he may set aside the default, but all that's going to do is prolong this. She is going to end up having to write a check. She is absolutely going to have to write a check for probably both of these cases. And all that she did by, filing the motion to set aside the default is just prolonging it and building up more attorney's fees and making the number she's going to have to write on that check go higher. And this judge, man, I have to watch this part again. Him dealing with her is beautiful. This is the first time we have ever seen a judge deal with her the way she should be dealt with.
Filed, and then a mishap happened, and then he refiled it. So I don't know why you would hold me like that for that when this is like really a bad deal for me.
The fact of the matter is, Ms. Preston, I understand you're not a lawyer.
No.
But if you don't have a lawyer on your case, I've got to hold you to the same standard I would hold a lawyer to. That's just what the law says. So it's incumbent upon you, ma'am, to get legal representation if you want to defend against this, or you have to do it yourself in a pro se capacity which is what you're doing here today. But in the absence of that, I've got to go forward with the matter. And if under the appropriate rule of civil procedure, if the time for you to respond has elapsed and you have not filed a written response, Mr. Shockett is correct. He would be legally entitled to a default on the merits on that case.
I'm not sure if a response was made to his word. I have no idea. I don't know how to get a hold of any paperwork from my case because he died.
Yeah.
We should have had it on there twice. My lawyer died. He died.
That's so ridiculous too. So she's like, I'm not even keeping up with the cases. I don't know anything about it. Well, that's weird. Just ask 2L. She has all your paperwork, right? Ask Bruce. Yeah. He's also your lawyer. He's still alive, right?
Yeah, and Bruce is in complete control of that case, and he was communicating with Jeannie Stark. Jeannie Stark has all the files. And I know that she can call Jeannie Stark. Well, why can't she get the file? That doesn't make any sense.
Why doesn't Bruce have the files though? You know he does. He's writing.
I'm sure he does.
He's writing the filings. So shit.
Yeah, he's got them all. I mean, this is just a joke. This is a joke, but the judge is not having any of it. It's great. I love this judge. This judge is just like, no, you're going to hit this brick wall. This brick wall is this court, and there are rules, and it's not my fault you don't have a lawyer. It's yours. You need to go get one.
I want to love this judge. Too many burned me, though.
Tug is finding it hard to
it's
open
hard to
up.
Trust again.
He has intimacy issues with judges. The last judge touched us in a bad place. That's all we can say. Show me on the doll where the judge touched you.
He lingered in my Gainesville to Gainesville to Gainesville.
Oh my God. You know, oh, this is good. I'm wondering if she's feeling ostrich sized. There you go. There you go, chat.
You just had to work in that ostrich, didn't you?
For the 20 of you that really need that for bingo, you just got it.
What I'd suggest to you, ma'am, is to find another lawyer, okay? Because you're probably in over your head here to be...
Remember they said that wasn't said too. And look, he is like, she is. She very much is in over her head.
You know, and he's speaking directly to her. He's not talking to anybody else. He's talking directly to Lynette Preston. This is great.
Because he died.
Yeah. The only thing I'd suggest to you, ma'am, is to find...
His response to that is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
he would be legally entitled to a default on the merits on that case.
I'm not sure if a response was made to his word. I have no idea. I don't know how to get a hold of any paperwork from my case because he died.
Yeah. The only thing I'd suggest to you, ma'am, is to find another lawyer, okay?
That response was exactly like the meme. Oh, no. Anyway.
She does realize, you realize too, he wanted off your case before he died. He was like, I'm out of here,
Yep.
So I mean, the excuse of, oh, he died. Okay. Well, if he wouldn't have, I mean, again, he was doing everything he could to press the abort button and get the hell out of there.
I mean, this is incredible. It really is. It's incredible. I love this so much because the only legal advice he's giving her is get a lawyer.
Get a lawyer. Yeah. Yeah. That's the night and day difference too. When you look at the Thomases versus Grave here, the Thomases was, he was telling her so much, so many things that were inappropriate. Hell, we saw that in Fed too as well. Well, I'm gonna get you I'm gonna set aside money, maybe help you get a lawyer, do this, do that. By the way, you notice that there weren't any takers.
Yeah, there were no takers. Jeremy is holding his face to control it.
He's trying to hinge his jaw.
I want to go back and watch Jeremy's face while the judge is reading her the
Mr.
riot act
Shockett is
here.
correct. He would be legally entitled to a default on the merits on that case.
I'm not sure if a response was made to his word. I have no idea. I don't know how to get a hold of any paperwork from my case because he died.
Yeah. The only thing I'd suggest to you, ma'am, is to find another lawyer, okay? Because you're probably in over your head here, to be candid with you.
Hey, by the way,
I would.
People were saying like Jeremy had been on his phone. He's not. He's taking notes. Remember, he came out of there with extensive notes. So just to say, he's not playing on a phone. He's his hands are out, but you can see it right there.
Larry might also be taking notes. Like I know I take them on my phone.
Yeah, when it involves him, I mean,
notes
these are cases that involve him. So he would think that he's probably taking some type of notes. He's probably not playing and ignoring things.
I think it's funny how Lynette is different in this hearing than she was with Craig DeThomasis, because DeThomasis allowed her to walk all over him.
Yep.
And he allowed her to go on and on and on to where she was talking about cans of soup. Like literally this woman was like, and there was cans of soup with like dead turtles on it. And then he's got AK-47s pointed at my house. And like, she was just talking total nonsense. And he would just sit there and let her go and let her go and let her. Judge Grabe is like, yeah, moving on. You need to get a lawyer. That's what I'm going to tell you. You need to get a lawyer. And it's up to you, because I'm going to treat you like any lawyer, because that's the law. She's getting the picture that she can't do what she did with DeThomasis with this judge. I said turtle rescue, didn't I? I did. I brought it up. I did. All right, fine. Check it off.
I totally, I am trying for
double bingo. I got double bingo.
I finally got a bingo.
Really? After all of those, you just
yeah,
got
you should see it, man. It's just dancing all over the place. It's like my bingo luck is not very good. Usually the bingos do not. They do not cooperate.
Bingos do not flow.
Nope, they do not.
All right. Well, let's see what
I'd like
else
you to go ahead and file that pleading, Mr. Shockett, if you would.
Absolutely.
No, I only mentioned one thing. To the extent that Ms. Preston did miss a deadline by virtue of the bankruptcy, if the deadline was missed during the duration of the bankruptcy while the automatic stay was in effect, I would argue that she probably has a tolling argument here.
Why are you arguing? You can't argue here at all for anything.
Yeah.
You're
not on the case. Like,
and
really,
I wish the judge would have been like, you need to leave my courtroom now. You're not involved in this. You answered the question I needed. I don't need you anymore.
He's not. He's not involved in any way. In fact, unless he wants to become the lawyer, if he wants to become counsel of record for her, then that's the thing. But
right.
Why is he involved?
I do notice the bathroom whisperer. I do notice that the judge handles this quite well, because he will ask him again, are you going to represent her in this case?
Yeah.
But the judge is very professional. This is one thing about this judge I like a lot. He's very serious, but he's also very professional, and he doesn't lose his cool. He has an interesting temperament because he's very serious, but he's not rude. Do you notice that? Like he's very to the point, but he's not. He's not short. He's not short about it.
I don't want a judge that pretends to be people's friends, because when you get that, they become. I think you're seeing that in some of the federal stuff. That's too lenient. You also. You don't want a stonewall judge. You just want a matter of fact. You want somebody that looks at the evidence and they decided, that's all they're supposed to do, man. They're not supposed to give you lectures. They're not supposed to be your pals. None of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I like this judge a lot.
Yeah.
I like him. I like Judge Davis too. Judge Davis was very to the point, very matter of fact, very professional guy.
We didn't see a lot of Judge Davis.
We didn't get to see a lot of him. We've got to see more of Judge Grabe than we have of Davis. But I like Davis's white hair. Man, I thought that was such a good look. He looked like that guy from Speed Racer. The cartoon.
It's funny.
He looked like a cartoon. He was great. I loved his judicial hairstyle. I loved it.
There might be all kinds of arguments for tolling the 20 days or for other types of equitable relief. As you know, defaults can be set aside for a number of reasons under the rule. Ministerial mistakes, excusable neglect, probably even the death of an attorney of record during the proceedings. Might have never had encountered that before, but that might also be grounds. But again, I can't give Ms. Preston legal advice, and you're not representing her on this matter. So that's yeah. It's going to be incumbent upon her.
God, that microphone is bad.
But you notice how fast he bailed out. He's like, no, I'm not. No, nope, I'm not.
Yeah, why doesn't he just represent her? He's got extra money. He's got at least $4,000 extra that he didn't use for bankruptcy. He should just take her on.
Well, he took the money that was promised for somebody that was going to represent for all the cases. So, yeah, he should take it on.
He should, but what did he even say? When his microphone comes in, it is so garbled.
He said,
that I don't even... Tug, did you take your meds? The chat's crashing out. They want to make sure you take your meds.
I did. I took the med at 45 after. That's the time I settled on. So I
thank you, chat. Thank you for reminding him.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Yes.
But you can stop stressing out about it because he
good.
did.
I appreciate it. No, and that's what it is. You know what? I love the fact that hundreds and thousands of people are like, "Yo, we want you to continue laughing at these stupid people."
I agree. Yes. I agree. I came across a clip of me and Jeff laughing hysterically at something at the Owens case. I reposted it on Twitter today. And I wish Jeff had been as on top of his medical stuff as he could have been. And we could have, lengthened his life a little. Because it sucks. And I think we've all been a little more careful since then about taking our meds and going to the gym and all of that. I do miss him a lot. God, he was funny. He was so funny. He would have enjoyed this.
During the proceedings, might have never had encountered that before, but that might also be grounds. But again, I can't give Ms. Preston legal advice, and you're not representing her on this matter. So that's it's going to be incumbent upon her to decide what she can and cannot do, and probably the best thing you could do would be to hire legal counsel in that regard. Okay, that's the best I can do for you, ma'am. All right.
Thank you, Judge. So do you want to try to get dates?
What I would prefer for you to do would be to go back to my chambers and talk to Candace and see when, because I don't know what my calendar is going to be in the next couple of weeks, and she'll find an appropriate time that works for everyone.
Okay.
I would prefer to have this as a live hearing.
We'll do it.
So if you would mention that to her. Probably we're talking about the 1.420 motion and the 57105 motion. What I would like to do is have you make those disclosures as to what you're specifically asking for in terms of the remuneration, and give the other side at least 10 days to analyze that before we actually have the hearing.
Okay.
So if we could time it whenever you're going to get the information to them and give them 10 days out from that point forward.
We'll put it like 30 days out.
Okay, I think that would be fair if we did it that way. And if you would ask Candace to set it for maybe a couple hours.
Okay.
And we should be able to do that on a Wednesday afternoon, I think.
Wednesday?
Wednesday's the normal day that I'm here.
Okay.
If that does not work, we could either do it on a Thursday or a Friday as well, because I have some flexibility.
We'll go for Wednesday.
Monday and Tuesday are pretty much all day in Gainesville for me, so.
Thank you, Judge.
So if you'd impart that, Candace is probably listening, but if you'd impart that to her and go ahead and we'll set it.
I'll go see her after this.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
So we'll adjourn the matter right now, pending the setting of that formal hearing. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What the hell is that
Okay,
noise?
folks, we're going to go ahead.
I think Randy got caught on the microphone. Did you see that? I think Randy got caught when he stood up. He got stuck on the microphone.
Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and sever the Zoom connection now, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, weirdo. All right. Now, that's where it ends. We don't see Lynette stomp out of the courtroom, but apparently she did. And she was supposed to go meet, as you heard, with the judicial assistant. so they could do the scheduling, and she just didn't do that, I guess. I don't know. But you guys are looking for the bingo card. Here's what mine looks like. Check it out. So if any of you need to catch up, I do think that maybe we missed one. And at the end there, since she ran out of there, I would say that maybe her anxiety was where?
I have anxiety over the roof.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you that one. I got triple bingo. Woohoo. Did I see how she pointed to the bailiff? Who was she waving at? I don't know. No, I didn't. Hold on. Let me
Can you folks on the Zoom connection?
hold on. Let's scrub over to the end. Right here. Here.
Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and sever the Zoom connection now, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
She's probably Candace, the judicial assistant. Probably. Because the judicial assistant, oh yeah, I do have quad bingo, you're right. The judicial assistant, Candace, was the one they're supposed to go meet with, so perhaps she was signaling to her. I don't know. The other person we know is over there is a bailiff. So maybe she wants to talk to the bailiff. I have no idea. I don't know.
It's wild, though, that that it got brought up in the worst way for her possible. You know, she wanted to shut off the public's ability to know what happened. You know, and the issue with that is the fact that ultimately they lie about everything that comes up. They go in, they gaslight, they lie. They brought up 3 things out of that hearing that they said did not happen. 100%. They said that Jeremy was lying about them. You see the record of it now. It's very hard to dispute the record. But if the record doesn't exist,
it's unbelievable. And I think that she's finally found the moment where she's going to face a consequence for something. And it's great. It's terrific. And I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled about it.
Right now too, in the other lawsuit, she is looking at being deposed, and we're going to see. We'll see if she decides that she's going to show up. It will be before their hearing, so it's scheduled for the 1st. You know, the last time, by the way, they tried to do that. Remember how that went? They tried to. They had Stark try to wiggle out of it. She didn't show up then. I imagine not showing up. Either way, Lynette, if you don't show up, that's a big problem. That's a very stupid move. And I want you to show up. I really want to see what happens there. But if you don't, it's a problem. If you do, it'll be entertaining. So it's a win-win in that, no matter.
It's a win-win either way. Yep, either way. I'm going to hit some super tips and super chats. Are you sticking around for a bit?
I'm going to bounce I'm going to go.
All right.
Got a day, but tomorrow we will pick something up. Man, this stuff is so wild. Appreciate it, folks. And thanks, Megan. I'll see you.
Okay. Bye. It was fun. All right. White Lion, thanks for the super tip that says free speech just cost me $5. Bastards. Keep defending the First Amendment privilege. You know I will. Brazil's Realm, thanks for the 5.
I took a malaria shot to cure my COVID symptoms in 2018. They said that I might lose my sense of taste.
Huh. A malaria shot? I've never even heard of that. Benny Truth, thanks for the 5.
I don't usually chat, but I never want to be accused of being a lurker. Next, you'll be calling me a stalker.
That's a safe bet. Martin S., thanks for the 5.
No, Megan, don't stop talking about Big Bird in Sesame Street or wherever. Don't talk about my court case. I need legal advice. But Armenia doesn't accept collect calls from Otter Creek.
All right, let's head over to the super. That's the end of the super tips. Let me see. Let me make sure I got them all. Why did it go over to this weird page? Okay, there we go. All right, yes, I'm good. Lady Linda Early, thanks for the 10. Hey, Megan, wake up. I promise I wasn't sleeping. And that's something that I haven't slept in almost 24 hours. Jada, member for 6 months. Smart chess move by Native Americans. I agree. Before at 11 p.m. last night, I tweeted out, where are the Native American tribes? I know they're not okay with this. They are not okay with the government coming in to take someone's private property and kill their animals. That does not sound like something that our Native tribes would be okay with. And I am 100% in favor of free people and Native Americans hooking up together and causing the government big migraines. I love that. I love that so much. They're vocal people. They have a right to be pissed off. And when they get pissed off, things happen. So I think that that's a terrific chess move. Laura Wilk gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Fox Den, all 5 of you. I now that you're in, you can't get out. Because, it's like a cult. McDeb81, thanks for the 5. Make Canada the 51st state. LOL, save the ostriches. I know. I was like, you people have been so mad about Trump calling you the 51st state and calling Trudeau the governor and stuff. But then you do something like this. You turn down our offer of help. You are asking for an invasion. Like you want to make Americans mad enough to invade Canada? Yeah, start killing defenseless, beautiful creatures for no damn good reason, because we will not stand for it. Nope, nope, nope. Absolutely not. I've never wanted to invade Canada more in my life. Maybe thanks to the 5, the Aussies lost a war to giant birds and they had guns. This seems like a risky idea, Canada. I know. I heard about the emu wars. I thought that was a joke, but apparently it's not. Lisa Gibbs, thanks for the 10. Breadstick money for the late nights. I appreciate that. If you guys want to see that I'm not lying about not sleeping last night, you can just check out my Twitter feed. Because I literally posted something like twice or 3 times an hour all night long. It was crazy. Laura Wilk, member for 11 months, almost to my 1-year anniversary in the Fox Den. Definitely weird in here, but I'm used to it. Well, good. I told you would get used to it. Don't follow the leader. Member for a month. Says only 1 month? Shame on me. Hi, Megan and Tug. It's me, Queen Muppet. Or is it? Mwah. Puzzled Puzzler, thanks to the 2. Megan starts Hairspiracy Theories. Hairspiracy Theory. God, that could be an entire new YouTube page. Hairspiracy. I love it. I love it. It's a great name for something. Mom to an Angel became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den. It is weird here, but you will get used to it. And I feel like you'll fit in. I think you'll fit in just fine. AKA the Cat Lady thinks, Hangry said something today that was so cute. Because you guys know he's had trouble making friends sometimes. He has a good little friend though, and you only need one. But he had bullying problems at school and whatnot. And he was talking about it today and he goes, well, when I'm myself, people think I'm weird. If I'm not trying to fit in, people think I'm weird. And I said, oh, honey, we're all weird here. This is a weird house. And it's not your fault. Your mom's weird. Your sisters are totally weird. Dad's even a little weird. So, it's not your fault. We're weird here. But you'll get used to it. And so will the people who know you, and you'll find your tribe. You'll find your weird tribe. AKA the Cat Lady, thanks to the 5. I found myself unsubbed today here, but I'm a member. How does that work? Happened on Tug's channel too in the past 2 weeks. Well, I'll tell you how it works. YouTube is asshole. And what they do is they claim that you're bots. They claim that my subscribers are bots. And then they unsubscribe hundreds of you at the same time. And they claim that they're just cleaning out bot activity. And it's really annoying. So please, if you think you have subscribed to this channel, please check it every night. It doesn't take any. It's no problem to just go and look at that subscribe button. Does it say subscribed or does it say subscribe? And if it says subscribe, hit it again and make sure that you turn on the alarm, the bell, the little bell, so that you get notifications. Mel Klump, thanks for the 2, says I messaged the CDC as well last night. Oh yeah, I got so enraged. I'm still enraged about it. I really am. It's just it's a bad situation. Just J Hip, thanks for the 5. True story. Megan pays me to super chat over here to help her channel. It's crazy, but I do what I am paid to do. God, can you imagine how stupid that would be? Especially because you would be losing 30% every time we would pay. You know what I mean? If I paid you, then I'm losing 30%. That doesn't make any sense. But I know that that's what the weird conspiracy is. Dave Youngson, thanks for the 2. Screw the ostriches. Emus are the real ass kickers. They are very similar looking birds. But yeah. Teresa Finn, writer chick, became a YouTube member. Well, Teresa Finn, writer chick, welcome to the Fox Den. You're in now. You can't get out. Don't even try to rage quit. I won't let you. Sassy J in the UK gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Wow, you guys gifted a lot of memberships tonight. Thank you very much for that. And Mick Deb 81, thanks for the 2. Canada, what a flocking government. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. The videos will really piss you off too. They're all just standing around, all these cops, like the Mounties or whoever. They're all standing around pretending that these birds are really sick, but none of them are wearing any protective gear whatsoever. And it's just it's a farce. And when they decided they were going in to start the culling, that's when they put on all their stuff. But they were literally standing within inches of these things with none of their protective gear on until they decided to put on the show. But then people started freaking out and they were like, we can't do this on camera. And then they just like put it off. But yeah, they're putting on a show. It's just terrible. Kelly B, thanks for the 10. I'm behind, but I do have to say this as a mother of a high functioning autistic child. It's not just one thing. That's true. That's absolutely true. That makes child autistic. It's a combo such as my child, ADHD, anxiety, sleep deprivation. Yes, Kelly, absolutely. And I think what the study was saying was that it can contribute to, autism. And in fact, one of the most interesting things to me was that doctors, after listening to that press conference, I had heard doctors say this before too, but a bunch more of them came out yesterday. And they said that Tylenol actually, after a baby gets all those jabs that they give them, most of the time, you'll remember doctors will tell you to give them Tylenol because they're going to get fevers and rashes. Apparently, the Tylenol inflames their system even worse than they're already inflamed. It is not an anti-inflammatory, and it can inflame their system. And this is what they are saying. I'm not saying this. I'm saying these are some doctors that are saying this, and inhibits glutathione, which is, I guess, important for neurodevelopment, etc. And so that can inflame and cause some of those problems as well, or I should say contribute to. All I know is we need more study on all of this because I really would like answers. And I know that parents out there like you, Kelly, who have autistic children really want some answers as well. And you want those for your children. I want them for your children as well. I want those answers from my children's friends that have such a high rate of autism in our schools. It is scary. And I want answers to that. And I think everybody does. And I think anybody saying stupid things like we don't need to cure autism. I've actually seen that going around on Twitter and Reddit and stuff, like memes that say we don't need a cure for autism. Are you crazy? That means you've never met someone who is you're only talking about high functioning autistic people who are verbal. You've never met someone who's a nonverbal autistic person whose family is struggling every single day and they want a cure so badly because their child cannot function. It is not okay to say things like that. Yes, of course we want a cure. And it's just ridiculous to be saying things like that. Teresa Finn, writer chick, thanks to the 5. Popping in to say still in the hospital, but I've got the cutest male nurse. Oh, that always makes everything better. I just might stay a while. Love to you both. Tag your Twitter DM. Teresa, I'm so sorry that you're in the hospital, but it's great that you have a handsome male nurse. I love that for you. I just love that. Wife Duck, thanks for the 2. Tug Play Ingrams. Maybe Tug would know what that means. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't know. But thank you for the 2. Cap Buchanan, thanks for the 2. Larry Whelpface, yeah, it was pretty funny. Pat Ross was a member for 2 months. Hey, thanks for being a member. Appreciate you, Pat. Barb Hildebrand, member for 2 months. I live in Alberta, Canada. There are 400 ostriches. Yep, 400. Sorry, I keep saying 300. It's like, I don't know why I do that. Bunsen Rockenstone, thanks for the Canadian too. OMG, we are never going to see this. You know what the show is like, Bunsen. You know what it's like. Patrick W., thanks for the 2. My attorney is Foreman. My attorney isn't Foreman. Rachel, thank you for being a member for 16 months. Is this the royal flush they meant? It's possible. Cindy Brown, thanks for the 2. A fiber toilet. Oh, that's so funny. Rob Pate, thanks for the 2. Who are the 3 ladies at LP table? Anyone know? Yes, those were defense attorneys for other clients that were waiting their turn. LaWanda Lavarnway, thanks for the 5. On today's video, Jeremy found a toilet in a jail cell. No way. Okay, that's crazy. Patrick W., thanks for the 2. Legal proof the outhouse is bigger than expected. Dan Davis, thanks for the 10. He's about to drop a deuce. God. William Allen, thanks for the 5. If Google said there was no violation of TOS, that should be an easy breach of contract suit, right? You would think, and they did. They admitted that there was no breach of their terms of service, and they deleted channels anyway. But see, I think they're counting on the fact that they're Google, and Google can just out-litigate you. They can just keep you in court forever with delay tactics. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if anybody sues. SF, thanks for the 5. Maybe this is why he couldn't walk to the courthouse to file the bankruptcy documents on time. He was on the shitter. It's possible. Shitter's full. Teresa, Minnesota, thanks for the 10. OMG, I thought the lady to the left of Lynette was Elaine from the Depp Heard trial. No. That would be funny, though. AKA the cat lady, thanks for the 5. Miss Preston is here. Can you turn the record off? That has to have been asked by Dan Owens. She doesn't have that power. But she is that obnoxious that she would have asked a bunch of people for that and annoyed the judge with it. Let's be honest. Blah, thanks for the 5. Look at the beginning. Bailiff was talking to Dan Owens. It was a different bailiff. How many times do I have to tell you people this? All right, I'm going to bring this up one more time. And I am going to show you that the bailiff you saw talking to Dan is a female. That is a female. Hold on, let me mute this. That is a female bailiff. She has blonde hair. She is talking to Dan. She's now walking away. She's walking back to where the bailiffs stand. This is a woman. Please note the color of her hair. She's wearing those glasses. Now we are going to go to the bailiff that went to the judge. Where is he? Come on, it was right around here. Here he is. This guy is a man. He's wearing a different color uniform even. He's wearing or maybe he's not, but he's a man. That is not the blonde lady that was talking to Dan. This is somebody totally different. This is a second bailiff. So we can't conclude that because one of them talked to Dan before the thing and the other one talked to the judge, we can't conclude that they talked to each other about it. Like maybe they did, but I can't say for sure that that's what happened. I don't know if that came from Owen. I would. The chat says, don't assume that bailiff is female. I'm sorry. I did assume her gender. I apologize. But it is 2 different people. So I'm just saying that was not the same bailiff. T's T, thanks for the 20. Bailiff talked to Owens. Back up. Oh my God. Am I going to have to go through a bunch of these? I am probably. Angie, always Angie, thanks for the 2. The woman passed the note, not Dan Owens. Right. Exactly. The female bailiff gave a note to Dan. Tammy Fayette, and it could have been about anything. I'll allow it, says Tammy Fayette. Wender Bender, Wendy Bono, thanks for the 5. Megan, did LMNOP's lawyer forget to brush his hair? I don't know how he could. He was sitting in his bathroom. He could literally just reach over and grab his hairbrush. Bonnie Heron, thanks for the 2. A $6,000 mishap. Yeah. Exactly. Shift your brains, thanks for the 5. Why would anyone in their 60s think their hair should be coal black? Certainly doesn't look elderly or disabled, but looks freakish. Yeah, I don't know why she does that with the black hair dye. It's very severe. I would recommend that she go with a much lighter color. Like, she always goes for the dark colors, though. She goes for that dark red and the dark black. She really should try a light brunette. I've seen, she could maybe even go blonde because it would it would blend with the grays better, but who knows? Kelly B, thanks for the 10. I'm confused. I filed bankruptcy in Florida and my creditors had the right to accept or not. Then if someone had tried and got a judgment, they did not take that away. Then I was allowed 1,500 personal property. Yeah, we're all confused about how this bankruptcy thing works. And because she didn't even file it properly, we don't know what the heck. There's nothing going on in that court because she didn't file it right. Dan Davis, thanks for the 10. Lionette starts new rescue. Ostrich and otters at the creek. Oh no, please don't let her have one of those beautiful birds. She'll kill them for sure. Can you imagine a balding ostrich? That would be terrible. Jen Sissons, thanks for the 2. Jeremy is filling out bingo card. Did look like he was filling out a bingo card. Best friends for life, thanks to the 5. The bailiff speaks to Dan where Tug was messing with you. I backed it up. I showed it. It was a different bailiff. Shifter Brains, thanks for the 5. You two taking better care of your bodies since Jeff's death. That's what good friends do. God bless his soul. Yeah, I have been going to the gym ever since, and I haven't stopped. I have to get back to it. I've been a little less, what's the word I'm looking for? Less regular going because I think I tore a rotator cuff maybe, but it does seem to be getting a little better. So maybe it's not a tear because I'm starting to be able to lift again. So I'm going back now. Member for 5 months, Heather, thank you for being here for 5 months. And thank you for the $2 super sticker. And Maureen Pryor, member for 9 months. Thank you for being here that long. I appreciate you. Wife Duck, thanks for the 2. It was supposed to be Tug playing games. Tug playing games with the stream. Yes. Okay. Got it. Deborah Newell, thanks for the 5. Have you ever had a male nurse try to teach you to breastfeed? No, that would be horrifying. They really shouldn't do that. I've only had those women from the La Leche League. They usually come. Jameson 2012, thanks for the 2. Robert Barnes is looking into YouTube. Good. I would love to see Robert Barnes take them on. It's a behemoth of a case, though. I mean, it's going to be years and millions of dollars. Sassy Mama C, thanks for the 2. She has been copying George with the hair. I don't know. I don't know if that's what she's doing. But I just think she doesn't know how terrible it looks. And I suggest go lighter. That's what I say. Go lighter, soften it up. That harsh, dark color is it's just not good. All right, folks, we have reached the end of our evening together. Thank you so much for being here. Let me check the super tips to make sure I didn't miss anything. Looks like, yeah, we're all caught up there. I will check the Cash Apps too, just in case, because sometimes I don't get those notifications. So let me check real quick. Hold please. All right, we are good. We are good. I think I got all of you, and I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite songs tonight. I was going to open with it, but it's too slow to open with, but I do love this song so much that I want to play it. So here comes Kodunk Row, probably one of the best songs I've ever written. Good night, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening.
Well, I woke up this morning, my house was gone, oh my, them vexatious lawyers and their AI made me cry. With their fancy robot filings, they took my roof and walls. Now I'm living in a box down on Kodunk Row, y'all. Oh, Kodunk Row, where my cardboard castle shines. Fleece said I'd be homeless, but I'm doing just fine. Got a box with a view, and I'm laughing at the pain, making the best of it, dancing in the rain. Fleas out there hollering, told you you'd lose it all, but I got But I'm strumming my guitar with a Kodunk barbecue. Flea's jaws on the pavement, he can't believe my style. I'm living large in a box, rocking mile after mile. Got a mattress made of bubble wrap, pops when I lay down. Got a stray cat for a roommate, best pal in this town. I'm asserting my rights from this cardboard estate. Kodunk grows my new home, and I'm feeling great. Oh, Kodunk grow, where my spirit's still free. Flea's talking trash, but he ain't got nothing on me. With my box and my pride, I'm as happy as can be. This cardboard life's a riot, come and party with me. So here's to them lawyers and their AI machine. They took my house, but I'm living the dream. Kodunk grows my playground, I'm the king of this lot. In my cardboard